Welcome back to Demonic Pacts. We're here in the wilderness. New area, whole bunch of new tasks. And the first one we already finished at the end of last episode, showing up here at Ferox Enclave. Well, that was, in fact, the first task on the list, so it actually was in the correct order, so that worked out. 149 more tasks to get the last area. It's gonna have a lot of different things. But first, a lot of wilderness tasks. Lots of very easy things to do out here. Lots of very easy points to get. But first, we have the Butler's Bell we need to manage here a little bit. Butler, collect the stuff. I think we set this to bowstring, so we're gonna get a lot of crafting XP. In theory, want to stop it before we get to 99, but we will see what it got us to. What have we collected? Nope, that got us 99. 26 million crafting, okay. Should have stopped that a lot earlier. 167,000 bowstrings. My goodness. That is 99 crafting and 25 million XP. Yikes. Yeah, that overshot by a ton. For whatever reason, the crafting XP is a lot higher than the other options here. So, do something besides that to avoid getting the 35 mil, maybe 50 mil, whatever the other tasks are. Want some fish? Cook some fish. Why do I not get too many levels right now? Give me some cooked fish. Give me some cooking XP later. Anyways, we'll see where those were on the list. Would be lower for anybody that chose Butler Bell for sure. Much easier task to complete. But that was not the most popular, I don't think, so we will see. And then wilderness stuff. Okay. 99 crafting was at 31.4%. And then 25 million crafting XP. That's down here at 10.3%. So wildly, ludicrously out of order. Because we kept it on that option too long. Just gives so much crafting XP. Completely free. New lookup. New at the top. Where we get wilderness stuff for a very, very long time. The kebab, which was previously at the top here, is the thing we're trying to do, is now all the way down here. We got stuff up at 97.8%. Because you get a demonic pact for just defeating a chaos dwarf. That's pretty wild. And then open a looting bag and sacrifice bones at the Chaos Temple. Very specifically just regular bones. Higher level bones are a different task entirely. We can do those very easily. We have to always be paying attention to all the other tasks. Try to not do the other tasks. Some of them for just visiting places, which we really haven't had too many in the other areas. But for the most part, should be good. There is the Chaos Dwarf. I'm going to attack him. And then Thorns happens. Which is also pretty good. 12 and 6. Oh wow. Demonic Pact point. And his bones. Okay. I was gonna need to get a looting bag. Should be pretty common from pretty much everything here. So that should be good. I think we also did look, and it looks like we can equip the Zarket on without it being a task. So we can switch this to being strength XP to stop messing everything up. The whole blind bag business. Though I guess also we're going to be getting rid of blind bag entirely here, so let us get to a spot where we're not getting attacked by more chaos dwarfs, because we don't need to worry about that right now. How about right here? And then go into the demonic pacts. Currently, we've got our whole thorns business going here. Very important. Doing all of our damage. A little bit of extra over here in order to restore on getting hit zeros. It's pretty good. We're going to want to keep going this way. We need the shield for the thorns. Then we have the shield for reflecting, which doesn't happen too often. More thorns from defense, and second thorns. What we don't specifically need now is the blind bag. I'm going to switch that out to start going down the magic tree here. Mostly water, because water does a lot of good stuff. Get healed per water rune regenerated. Overheal is available. Water spells do more damage. Water spells bounce back and heal us even more. We can also get ice spells to count. We can get spells to be faster. Or powered staffs. Really depends on if we get powered staffs. But we have 2 resets available. We're going to use the first one here. Reset Pacts. Also get more of these as we get more opportunities from other spots. Might not arise again. We just still have 1 more, but we're not going to be messing it up. Reset the Pacts. 13 points. So, start at the start. Melee, still going to be good enough with just the +3 damage minimum and the Thorn effects, which just gives XP. Defense levels, reflection, melee damage, and accuracy and everything. Thorns from defense, and the damage and accuracy. Bonus thorns, prayer penetration, which is also something. Healing. And the last 2 is going into magic. Regenerate runes boosts our magic level up to 10. And then water, rune regeneration, heals us. There you go. Magic is still not quite super viable just yet, but it's better than it was before. So, at some point we can consider going for the 99 magic once we get back to that. Yes, apply changes. Still fully thorn capable. Healing ourselves, having a good time. Okay. Now we can continue with the tasks we're doing here. We need to open a looting bag and then sacrifice the 1 bone. Open it. It's open. 10 points. Close back up. This is also going to be a very nice spot for prayer training. Up here at the Wilderness Altar. Pretty much as good as you're going to get. Sacrifice the bones. 10 points. Next stop, the Mage Arena. We have some options for getting there, with our whole teleport to all the bosses amulet. And then defeat the crazy archaeologist, which we could probably teleport to with said amulet. Here's the bank. We'll be back here for actually doing the Mage Arena and getting the Mage Cape eventually. Whether or not that's going to be what we really want, what with the defense bonuses of the Obsidian Cape, depends how much we splash and how much bonus accuracy spots we've picked, but still. Also, while we're here, we could grab ourselves some more runes from the rune shop. Maybe. That might be a task. It's available, though. It's got Cosmic, Law, and Nature runes. And then the Dark Mage down for the Abyss has Blood runes, which will be helpful for the whole magic business. But now, when you go to the Crazy Archaeologists, Wilderness boss teleports. We got a whole bunch of them. Ardio, Callisto, Calvarian, Chaos Elemental, Chaos Mag, Corporeal Beast, Crazy Archaeologist, King Black Dragon, Scorpius, Spindle, Venenas, and Vedion. Lots of bosses, a lot of boss-related tasks and drops and everything. Starting with the Archaeologist, then. We're gonna be fine with just nothing. Probably. It's gonna be fine. There he is. I'm attacking. The Thorns will do good. Try to avoid that. Fail. It's fine. Thorns. And hits. And reflex. And all that. And heals ourselves. There's a variety of combat tasks and stuff we could also get. That is a whole nother problem. This is my knowledge. Nope. Out of here. Defeat the Crazy Archaeologist. 30 points. He's just immediately back. Run away. Okay. We'll be back for all these bosses in more than one kill later on. You're just coming over here. Go away. We've got some dragons to defeat. First green, and then King Black. Then after we're done with that, equip a team cape. The anti-dragon shield is going to do a little bit less thorns damage. That's alright. Still 11-5. That's decent. Need some fire, doesn't matter. We don't have like anti-fire potions or anything. Burst melee here. And that is defeat a green dragon in the wilderness. Put your stuff away. The thorns damage just does a whole bunch when you're just running away from stuff. Just running past things. Anything that's aggressive. Teleport. Wilderness. The King Black Dragon. Really, it's just that convenient. We're gonna get poisoned, aren't we? Anybody in here? There's one person inside. Okay. We do the private instance, but yeah, it costs like 25k or something. Not that getting money would be difficult, but since we're here. Immune. One person inside. Wait a few moments. World happen. Shouldn't be a problem once we actually get in here. You're just people sitting in here, potentially trying to camp to get Draconic Visage or something. It's very easy to just sit at bosses and just continue to win. No adventurers inside. Perfect. Pull the lever. Live the dream. Anti-dragon shield on. Protect from melee once we get into melee distance. In theory, don't take too much damage. Or just kill it fast enough. That also works. Let's see if there's more points we can get into healing. I guess the water magic healing will do most of it. Let's see how much that goes. I think it was just HP. So something to prayer. But still, that's good enough. Once we can actually make more prayer potions, that's also going to solve that problem. So, ow. An anti-fire potions would be helpful here. My goodness. Give me that. And give me out of here. Ow. Oh. Defeat the King Black Dragon. That was a hard task. We got some easy combat tasks and 300 fire runes. Yay. Okay. We're definitely gonna have a lot of options for combat tasks. When we get to the next one we need that for. That's pretty good. Team Cape. Has to be in the wilderness. King Black Dragon area. Team Cape. Okay. Equip any Team Cape in the wilderness, I guess. Sure. Some of them are very specific. Do them in location. That's fine, I guess. Also, these poison spires not aggressive. The fighting continues with a zombie pirate, the chaos fanatic, and a mammoth. Just fighting everything out here. This will be another decent spot for thorns. Or something. Is the zombie pirate defeated? There's a lot happening here. All the zeros are healing our prayer and HP pretty easy good. That's good too. Easy task. I'm gonna get like keys and stuff from them later. That's gonna be something. And teleport, wilderness, chaos fanatic. Teleport block? Really? Why? 2 minutes and 3 seconds? How slightly inconvenient. Anyways. That's a corporeal beast. That's it. Chaos Fanatic. Guess we tried to go to the Chaos Fanatic, but it didn't work, so it didn't count. And now we're where we need to be. For magic, fight a guy. It's gonna work with... Yeah, the thorns are working. As long as it hits a 0, it counts, I guess. Or whatever. And attacks very quickly. Barely doing any actual damage because he's weak to range, but still. That was also somebody else's kill, so it didn't count. The faster an enemy attacks, the better the thorns does too. That's pretty neat. I'm gonna just stand away from him. That would also work. Or just get the more accuracy. That would also work. Oh boy, emeralds and sapphires. The things we have thousands and thousands of. That's 30 points for that. I'm gonna wear this ring, teleport to the Enclave. Which we can't, we're too high wilderness. Teleport. Furthermore, somewhere else. The fancy teleport items lets us teleport to places. But the actual teleports are still blocked. Guess it's something. We also got another combat task for doing that. How are we even doing on that anyways? Combat task completed. Next is 102 more points. Yeah, that's a ways away. But anyways, should go fight a mammoth around here somewhere. Mammoths. And again, very easy. We're just basically running around fighting stuff. Totally works though. Mammoth. Using my 10,000 sapphires to stop getting items unequipped from that other guy. Anyways, Mammoth is gone. Some barley seeds, not really. Easy task, and also an easy task. There are tasks to do the achievement diaries, but we haven't really gone there yet. Because it's not as common of a task to do because it takes so many other things to just get one task done. There are some rewards and lamps and such though, but we'll get to that when we get to it. Heading a bit further north here. Defeat a lava dragon, and then enter the wilderness resource area. That's gonna cost money since we haven't done all the diary yet, but that'll work. Here's a lava dragon. You kind of just stand in melee distance. Use the prayer, helps for that, except for when it does fire. And then the thorns is also nice. Really getting mostly out of the thorns for a lot of these fights. That's why we have it. It's very effective when we can't or don't have a lot of particularly strong weapons, really. Anyways, dragon defeated. Easy enough. Take all their drops here. A lot of battle staff. That's pretty good. That'll count as battle staff and things if we wanted that. Now to the wilderness resource area. Faster to teleport wilderness Scorpia. Making good use of our teleport relic here. It's good to have. Hit some scorpions. Let's see, minion imp there. Someone's fighting scorpion inside. Alright. A few other things that we'll eventually need to do here in the resource area. But for now, we just need to go in. Okay. Yep. I'll pay for an easy task completion. Cheaper than some cost tasks we've done. And it's back to the Mage Arena to get Mage Arena 1 completed and equip a God Cape. And then bury those lava dragon bones we just got from the lava dragon and defeat the Chaos Elemental. Magic splashing on me, not counting for thorns, since it's not technically a hit splat. Slightly unfortunate. But we did manage to finish that. A little bit of prayer flicking stuff. We have a good magic cape, depending on if we need it. And the lava dragon bones. Bury those. Medium, medium. That is steel rank trophy. Amazing. And then we teleport right over to the next boss. In the wilderness. The Chaos Elemental. Right from magic or whatever. This here? Yep. We can get out a full inventory of stuff. Should be great. Should be something. We can get hit some damage. If we wanted to do more of this, we'd go like through the leaves a thing behind, like pies or stews or whatever, but if it just keeps on healing us enough, and it's not a problem, then we don't need to eat. And then we're just done, and we win. Like that. Perfect. Let's take a rune square shield and a super combat pot. Yes, please. That was a hard task. I wouldn't say it was harder than anything in particular. And we got another hard combat task along with the hard league task. Perfect. Okay. Next up, enter the Deep Wilderness dungeon. That unlocks a dungeon we can go into and do things. Then we need to open a Laren's chest. Without entering the Wilderness Gobbler's dungeon, or I think also potentially the Slayer Caves or something. That means we need to get a Slayer task that's an enemy in the wilderness, and then get the Laren's key drop. Okay. First, just to the Wilderness dungeon now. Here's the deep dungeon here. There's just a few things in here. There's 5 giants, stuff. Some things that might actually be tasks. We will see here. Try to get this Laren's key without messing anything else up. Well, that was very easy. We still had our jellies task from when we were getting a superior for a different task. And the Wilderness Slayer Cave was not a task or anything, so we just go in there, kill 1 jelly, get a Laren's key, teleport, run back over here, and we get some cash and a medium task complete. Okay. We're running a lot more of those keys to open up a lot more of these chests. Specifically for tasks, and specifically for getting things that are also tasks. We'll get to that. A different dungeon to also enter. We got the Wilderness God Wars dungeon. We've got the regular God Wars dungeon, so this is a whole separate thing here. Then it's back to the Deep dungeon to defeat a fire giant, and then to Scorpia. We've been teleporting there a few times just to get to the deep section of the wilderness here. So, running in there and actually doing the fight is also something we can do. Well, the task didn't have any requirements, so I might just need to enter this part of the Wilderness God Wars dungeon. Yeah, further in. We have a Bandos item, so technically we're safer than some times could be. Enter. Immediately leave. Easy task. Nothing attacked us. Love to see it. Here's a fire giant. Not for long. There's 2 thorns, and I guess technically the dragon longsword's doing something. Sometimes. It's mostly the thorns. It's pretty effective. Everything cool I want? Not really. Easy task. Then back over to Scorpia. Make sure there's no one in here. Can we even check the cavern? No? Okay. Enter the cavern. See what's going on. There's a scorpion. See if we can just thorns and win here. Got all the little scorpions attacking with range. And it's going to constantly be healing us. And then scorpion attacks with melee. Sometimes also misses. Ooh, beginner clip. Got the healers out. Is that gonna matter? Maybe. This might be mattering a little bit. The Thorns is doing something to defeat the Guardians. I don't think they're gonna be aggressive to us, though. Just need to beat them. Or we could do the whole magic bit where we actually do things. Sorry, Dr. Jack, I don't have stuff you want. Hopefully, they only do this once. There are all these beginner clues from all the scorpions that are attacking us. Oh, goodness. Yeah, freezing, especially since we have access to ancient magics in the Grimoire, could be a more effective way of doing this. Poison resistance is about to wear off. Unfortunate. Might want to make better anti-poisons or something. If we wanted to do a whole bunch more Scorpia kills. Actual damage we're taking is a little bit here. Could be better. Anyways, that is Scorpia defeated. Some uncut diamonds. I'm taking all these beginner clues and you can't stop me. My lack of inventory space can stop me though. Yoink, 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 yoink. And we're poisoned. Because of course we are. Okay. Well, that is our task. A little harder than some, I guess. Not too hard, though. Next hard task is actually a little harder, though. Equip a dragon two-handed sword in the wilderness. And this requires us to, 1, get a dragon two-handed sword, obviously. And then the equipping it part is easy. We already have the attack level, by far. Say the best spot to get this would be the Chaos Elemental. Could also go to Scorpia, but as we saw, that took a lot more effort and time and everything. So I just think, hand out the Chaos Elemental should be the ticket. And it should be a very, very common drop. Alright, there it is. Well, that dragon two-handed sword. 1 in 12, in theory, from the Chaos Elemental here. We got it in 22, that's not bad. some space to equip it. And that is a demonic pack point. Nice. The sword itself, not particularly helpful. What with the whole thorns needs a shield in business, but besides that, let's get out of the wilderness here. Got some drops and stuff. Also nice. But Pact Point. It's going into magic. And to keep working up towards all the magic water stuff. Plus 25% accuracy for all combat styles. That'll help quite a bit when we're actually using stuff. Especially things that are off style, like whenever we want to train some range for something. Although we probably wouldn't train it in places where we need the accuracy, but still, that's something. Back to the Chaos Temple. This time with Dragon Bones. There's going to be significantly more prayer XP. And then, up to the Wilderness Agility course. I think prayer is included in the extra 1.5 times on top of everything else bonus experience. So this could be quite a bit of prayer XP. 6,000 per. My goodness. You need to get prayer levels right now? Because we're getting them. Probably stop doing that. A couple interesting things here at this agility course. All the extra skeletons attacking us literally just keeps healing us most of the time. It's pretty wild. And there's also the whole dispenser with loot and stuff. There's tasks for that later. Only needed the one lap for now. There it is. Medium task. Many spells to cast in the Mage Arena. Cerdoman's Strike, then Flames of Zamorak, then Claws of Guthix. Has to be outside the Mage Arena, so we need to cast it 100 times or something. Right down the list. Get all the magic stuff. Manually casting 300 spells does take a little bit here, but we got it done. Had to go buy more blood runes, so we're a little bit cash poor currently, but we do have a bunch of rune stuff we could alch, and making money is not too hard. So, now we need to get out of the arena here and cast some spells. Like the Cerdoman Strike. Then switch everything around, cast a Flame of Zamorak, switch everything around, cast a Claw of Guthix. This one Scorpion is feeling the wrath of all 3 gods here. My goodness. Medium, medium, medium. In total, that's 90 points. So, pretty good. And now we are prepared for whenever it wants us to go do Mage Arena 2. Staff Monk. Staff Monk. I actually need to go get something this time for this. Equip a Bracelet of Ethereum. Should be very, very common from the Remnants. And it's also free to go in there, so that's nice. Can't fight, I believe it's a Remnant Dragon, because that's a different task. Anything besides that, though, should be good. And then, it's off to more bossing with Callisto. Should be great. Just popped down into the Revenant Caves from the... Wait, we can't leave, but that doesn't matter because we can just teleport. Got some Revenant Demons, only a couple. Got a bunch of collection logs. The Ether, the Teleports, and a Bracelet of Ethereum. Let's swap this back to... Reset. Just wear it. That's the task. 30 points. And now for Callisto, we probably want actual inventory. Would be smart. I'm sure this will be fine. There's stuff about, like, melee being a problem, but, you know. Hopefully the thorns will just carry the day here. Callisto. That's a dream, at least. Probably also could have, like, used potions or whatever. Anyways. Enter the cave. Fight a bear. Live the dream. Just look in that direction. Doesn't even care we're here. Ow. 1,000 life? My goodness. Ow. Can we win this? Maybe not. Now, I mean, if he doesn't heal, it'll eventually work. Now, in terms of things that work, this is not so far one of them. I know. What do we got here? We could come back with magic if we wanted to. Do we want to? I don't know. It's a Thorns action. It's great. Oh, if we get some big damage on the Reflect, that could also work. Okay. Hey, we hit. That is some of that extra accuracy for all styles going on there. Living the dream. In theory, do it in 2 trips. Could also be good. Ow. Perfect. Working perfectly. Okay. We'll see if we can get this finished. This is not even slightly viable for multiple kills. But for only one, it's gonna get the job done. Right here. Perfect. Alright. I even got some blood runes. Why not? Let's get out of here. No thanks. Time to imbue that god cape. Mage Arena 2. Also, this is a pact point. And then another one of the wilderness bosses, Vetion. Doesn't seem like it counts the mini versions of all these guys, so that'll be fine. More mages and magical things defeated. Again, not very good for the Thorns, and also they seem to be immune to reflects anyways, so really did not work. Here are the remains. The only things we really had making that any easier was teleporting to some bosses around the outskirts in the wilderness, being able to leave the wilderness instantly. And we also fought some spiders for a little bit that recharged our health and prayer. So that was something. Imbue the Zamorak Cape. That is 200 points. And a Demonic Pact point, which is also nice. In terms of defenses, it's really only for the magic, so I actually can see exact numbers. The Obsidian Cape's probably still technically better. Depends what we're doing. Depends what our accuracy is. Depends on a lot of stuff. At any rate, another Demonic Pact point that goes in here more towards doing more magic stuff. Healing overheals up to plus 30%. So that would give us more health, which also helps for other things. So let's go plus 30. This deals more damage, higher health you have, plus 20% at 100. I don't know if it goes over, but having more health is also nice. Continue up this path. Alright. And now, over to Vetion, but we need to get a different setup for that, obviously. Introducing the Dragon Mace. Probably just straight up better than the Dragon Longsword, even against other things. Faster, better. Get to strength XP because we're still working with that. Crush. Should be good. Wilderness. Vetion. Teleport. We can't peek. We've done something. Miss entry fee for cave is 50. That's not a thing. Jump down. Somebody's in here. Teleport back. Switch worlds. Would be lovely if we could peek. That'd be very helpful, obviously. This is another boss where probably Thorns doesn't work. Because we're like trying to not get hit by anything in general. Bonk. Bonk. We can try to get hit by stuff. I also try to just not get hit by stuff. That also works. Bonk. a normal fight against Benyon. Alright. Bonk. Yep. This is what this is gonna be. We should really try to get hit by some of these things do that other thing. Yeah, it did. Alright. Operation get hit by these, but only on the sides. Here we go. I can do better. Might do better. Oh, we gotta hit in the corner. Oh. There's a plan. Do with you myself. That probably still does more damage than we want to take. Corner, ow. Hit immediately of it. There's a strategy here. Not a good one. It's mostly working. Just need to get through both phases here. It's doing more damage. It's not giving us any of the healing options. Do it again. Or we can just dodge everything. That works too. Ow. See, that still does damage, but not worth it. Okay. Someone's running down in here. Again, maybe if there was a everybody can peek and actually see options. Ah. Is there more damage if we get hit directly by it? There's definitely something. I don't know if we would want to use. I don't know if we want to fight the big versions. We actually need to get drops and things. There are those smaller ones still available. In theory. Anyways. We are fighting our way through here. There's 80 points. My goodness. And the fighting continues. Against a Revenant Dragon. And then the last of the three big bosses. Venenatus. Maybe more doable. Thorns works here at least. Still doing damage. Could get the bracelet out. That could totally do something. So we have that. Not super necessary though, probably. As long as it counts as a hit, and they're not reflect immunes. I think some things that reflect immune, the thorn still works on, but not all of them. Not everything. Dragon's going down though. That's nice. Trying to heal a little bit. Gonna have to heal more than that. Alright. And the reward is some things. I'd rather have Blood Superstore. Okay. Now teleport, because we can just keep teleporting to wherever we want. Over to Venenatus. Sure, this is gonna be great. What attack sounds Venenatus use? In here, of course they are. There's a lot of people out here. It's a problem. It's a problem. Here's a spider. I go multiple worlds to find a world that didn't have spider. Okay. We're running. Thorns is working. Thorns also kills the little spiders. Prayer works completely as long as you're using the correct one. Where's the web to worry about? There it is. Yeah, overall, this is going really easily. This is just working. I'll have to see it. In terms of doing damage, we're doing some. Are you doing the web? Yeah, the web. Draining my run energy. A thing that doesn't exist. Assuming we actually would stop running if it actually got rid of our energy. And come back at normal speed. Anyways. This is much more doable. My goodness. Bonk. Bonk spider. Where are the webs? Where are the webs? Let's use a mage attack or something. We were overhealed because we have that going on for us. That's fun. So that big hit just got back to normal health. Just whenever hits a 0. Or when something hits a 0. There's a lot of the time. I'll just see if that falls off at all. Or if it just stays there. Bonus health. Okay. I'm gonna get some money. 80 points. Now we're getting back to the previous tasks that we had before we got to the wilderness. Obtain a kebab from a random event. We're trying. It could happen at any time. It also could never happen. Also possible. And while we're waiting for that, we can continue doing more tasks. Like ordering a drink and defeating a runite golem. We could just telegrab the drink here. That's not really what we're doing. Order a drink in the old night here. Just anything to drink. Beer. Coins. There you go. And defeating a runite golem. We need to try to mine it or just fight it. Teleport up to the wilderness to Scorpia. It's basically our upper wilderness teleport here. There is also the Chaos Elemental, but then we're next to the Chaos Elemental, and that has its own problems, obviously. Back in the wilderness arena. Really, a resource arena here. Area. This is where we would have done this when we got here the first time. I had to pay money to go in through the door twice here. Golem takes reduced damage. There's also things that take additional damage, like the Nagwas and stuff. Those also seem to be affected. Affect the Thorns damage, so I guess that's something. Won't be able to actually mine the Rune Golem or anything here. We have 72 mining still. We'll get to higher level skill requirements at some point. There's a hard task completed. Mine the Rune Rocks? Not today. Instead, we'll go cross a pillar shortcut in the Revenant Caves, requiring 65 agility, which we do have. And then we need to get a Malediction Ward. That's going to require fighting all the 3 small bosses, get the Malediction Shard, put it all together. And might also be one for the Odium Ward, but that is not this one. That's going to be quite a bit of boss fighting. Get to it. A pillar shortcut. Right down here in the southern part of the Revenant Caves. Jump, jump. An elite task. Really? It's only 62 agility or something. Sure. I'll take the points. I'm not complaining. We'll see if we need to actually use any different setup here for the bosses. Mini-bosses. Demi-bosses. Whatever you want to call them. Get this shield. Oh, that. It's kind of bound to happen here. Complete all tasks for one boss. That's combat tasks. Over here at the Chaos Fanatic. All you have to do is fight things. Fight for a little bit. And not get hit by anything. We're just AFKing. We're just winning. Thorns is incredibly effective here. Because every attack is an actual attack that hits and it's very fast. Incredibly effective here. Very effective, not incredibly effective, over at the Crazy Archaeologist. And then we still have Scorpia. This hits damage, doesn't matter. We continue to be healed above full health. Working nicely. The all tasks task. It was at 43.5% here. There's also more of these for 3 bosses and 5 bosses and 10 bosses, so we can try to not complete all of the combat tasks. Well, they're so easy, like the ones in the wilderness, it's kind of hard not to do the tasks, really. So, we'll see. There is Scorpius Offspring, boss pet. That was an elite task to get that. Scorpions, please attack me. Alright. It's not quite as effective here. Ow, we're dying. We just need to have more of the little scorpions spawn next to us to keep attacking us to heal us. Which is definitely a thing. We can get it down with only one of the guardians here, but there we go. Contain a boss pet. Let's see where that is on the list. My goodness. Scorpions. Also poison. We have regular anti-poison. They don't last very long. Alright. About to happen, potentially. Boss bet. I don't think the rates are actually increased. Just doing a lot of bossing very fast. Adds up. It's pretty good. Only a 17.7% chance here. My goodness. Not bad. Well, there's some tasks. Really loud in here, too. 110 combat and 99 hit points out of this cave. Scorpions. Okay. Well, that is a hard and an elite task. That's not even the right order here. 110 combat. Was sort of trying to avoid that, but blind bag attack levels also didn't help. 99 hit points, 99 strength, other stats, few prayer levels there. It got there. And then 99 hit points, that's just gonna happen eventually as you do combat. But it's slightly lower down the list. Not too far down the list though. We're just up here doing stuff. 110 combat is right here. And then 99 hit points is right here. So, in the grand scheme of things, still pretty far up the list. But not quite in the correct order. No way to avoid getting 99 hit points though, obviously. Of course, we got all of the malediction ones after Odium in every facet. We have enough Odium bits in order to make 2 entire Odium shields here. Look at this. But we can't wield those, because that's later. Instead, we got the Malediction Ward. It's blue. Look at that. And a hard task, and demonic pact, all that. And also for the whole thorns bit, it's actually not terrible. It's kind of comparable. It's like slightly less total defenses than the Obby Shield here. But it does have the plus magic damage, so it's probably worth it. When we actually get to magic. Which we're getting closer to, because we have another demonic pact we can put in here. Continuing down this path here. Plus 1% magic bonus, and 10% accuracy for everything. Apply. Calm. Looking good. In terms of our percent accuracy, how are we doing? Neutral, 50% regeneration, runes, plus 55% accuracy. Okay. We can get those numbers up as we continue to get more pacts done. Eventually. Next, equip a fedora and enter the abyss. You need to specifically use the abyss to access a rune crafting altar. Okay. Also, don't think we got a fedora drop, so we need to go back for that. It took 3 more kills to get this. Fedora! That's 30 points. Brilliant. And then we go through a portal. Nature works. That's 30 points. And now we are back to 99 magic. It's technically a little bit more doable now with some of the pact points we have in, but it's really not faster yet. So still getting 99 magic would be a lot. We can make it significantly faster if we keep getting some more demonic pact points, which we can get by continuing to the next tasks here. First up, defeat the corporeal beast. Okay. this could be something. Alright. We might have a problem here. There's a lot of people here at Corp. Mostly because they're trying to get these super rare drops and things. There's a private portal option. You'll be there alone? Yeah, it's fine. Has it not been lost or abandoned? I guess the question is if the private portal remains. If he restores his health. I think it also restores his health when you leave. I don't know if this is really be possible. Magic. The Thorns does significantly less damage. Alright. There's spear problems with this. We don't have a spear. A spear wouldn't let us do Thorns. Ow. Alright. Our only saving grace is going to be if it doesn't heal. Man, we're not doing any damage here. Oh boy. Oh boy. I mean, we're doing damage, it's just it takes a lot of hits. 171. We're 98. One attack. Not gonna matter much, but you can try. Ow. Ow. Okay. 350 damage. What if we teleport Varlamore, Hukotal, go grab more food. There's gonna be a lot of food needed for this. And some Karambwans. Teleport Wilderness. Corporeal Beast. Enter private portal. Yes. And new fully healed. Yes. Okay. So that is a problem. That is a problem. Okay. With the nerfed Thorns damage, the inability to get a world, the amount of food that would take if we did, chance of being crashed, the lack of a Corp Bane Spear, which would then also turn off Thorns, the amount of damage the Corporeal Beast does, and our under-tuned magic Pacts currently, I don't think this is really possible. We also have nothing that would decrease the stats. In theory, Bandos Godsword, eventually. But also, the King Black Dragon Echo item has Corp Bane, so maybe that could be something, but it's also two-handed, I think. Let's just say, this is not happening right now. Unfortunate, because it is locking us out of a pact point. Instead, we need to try to get a piece of the Dagonhai set. Preferably before we open 15 Laren's chests. So, we will try our best. It's something. Finished our Jellies task. Got 5 keys. 1 from another superior. I guess let's do 2 out of 10 for another task to try to avoid. 1 in 17 to get a piece of Dagonhai here. Just any piece is fine. And a task to try to not get this to 15 keys. So we will see. Also got some upgrades. Rune Full Helm, Mithril Boots. Looking fantastic. In theory we could do like a defense amulet or something. Maybe even the power would be good. Yeah, some defense. I don't know. Anyways, let's see if we get a piece of Dagonhai. We get some rubies. We have infinite of those from thieving. Some coal. More rubies. Runeplay bindings. And gold. Alright. We will see. We also need to actually get Slayer tasks that have wilderness stuff to get the Laren's keys. So, we will see. Well, there's another task. Obtain an ecumenical key, medium task. Alright. We got a blood belt task here. I guess technically, could look through every task and maybe cancel this or something. This is the most obvious way to continue here. This is the wrong kind of key, obviously. Not helping. Where is this on the list? 34.2%. Definitely a ways down here. We got a task in the Wilderness Godwars dungeon, I suppose. This everybody's out here picking boss tasks, I guess. No one. 35 million strength XP. Just here, hitting it. Great. Get item highlights and stuff. 35 million though, my goodness. That's just any combat skill, 35 mil though, so not quite as crazy as other things. Where's that on the list? Still a little bit ways down here, at 51.2%. 200 points though. Is close-ish. Got to 15 chests without a piece, which isn't really too surprising since it's 1 in 17. That's a medium task from a bit down the list completed. 53.3% compared to 59.7%. Not too much of a difference. We really need to get this for the demonic pact point. These layering keys are going pretty slow. Besides that jellies task, we've only gotten a handful of things here. My goodness. And here is 50 million strength XP for 200 points. This is really not working out so far right now. Also, we should be skull for this task, but still. We are no closer to getting the piece of dragon hide than we started. Getting the keys is very slow. We're gonna get access to new tasks here pretty soon that we can't do. It is problems all throughout here. I would definitely say that this trying to get Laren's keys to get this Dagon High piece is another one of the my goodness this takes way too long tasks, unfortunately. Ideally, we would get it done because we need it for more pact points in order to do things, you know? In order to actually get magic functioning, we kind of need the healing, or at least the double attack. That would at least be something. Currently, all the magic would do would heal us a little bit sometimes. So, it's not crazy. Plus 20% damage at full health, which would be most of the time so they overheal. Speed up magic by 2 ticks. It's kind of twice as fast or something. And then healing for 60% of damage dealt would also help a lot for keeping healed. But we don't have any of these currently. I think this one would immediately be stronger. Also need to figure out if we can actually cast Ancients eventually. This ice spells is up here. We just need one more pact point, and then we can actually do magic. Then we can use that magic to get 99 magic, and try to get the Laren's keys, and see if we can fight Corp at that point. We've got problems that we need to face next time. Goodbye.